charge of $13.50 that keeps coming up on my account.
Mhm. What's the name of the merchant? Is that the MSFT?
Right. So that thing says it's. I've been told that it's Microsoft,
Mm-hmm.
right? But when you go to
Okay.
Microsoft with that information right there,
Mm-hmm.
it actually says that Microsoft will never bill you
Mm-hmm.
without spelling out the whole name.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm not sure what that
So
actually
this.
is, but I haven't been
Mm-hmm.
able to figure it out. This is the fourth transaction, and I've requested that you cancel their ability to take money out of my account. I've also asked you to change the account number,
Mm-hmm.
which I think would actually help. Um, Either one of those options is good for me, but also I'll need to
Mm-hmm.
be certain that the funds that were taken out of the account are reapplied to my account.
Mm-hmm. So you never remember like subscribing to any of these services. Like I did see here that the four transactions that happened on the account, the very first one happened way back May. Have you checked your email if you have any communication on that particular date?
And that is actually
Most likely it could create a queue.
yeah, that's a good idea to do again. I believe I did actually check my email, but is it May 9th or May
Mm-hmm.
8th?
May 8th. Yeah,
May
May 8th.
8th.
So most likely check 2 days before or after so
Okay.
that you could check. Most likely we could trace back how or what the services might be.
Okay.
If you have been using this email for all of your transactions, then we can have a clue on that particular
No, I actually
uh,
have four
rate.
different emails, so it's going to take me a little bit of time to check if you bear
Oh,
with me here.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
I normally only do transactions especially with Microsoft, with one, and it's not even
mm-hmm.
this one. You said May 8th, right?
Yeah, May 8th is the first charge.
Okay, hold on for me. I don't think I can just put a date in, but here we are, May 31st. One second here.
Mm-hmm.
May 9th, May
Yeah,
8th.
looks like it's charging you either it's on the 8th or on the 9th for $13.50.
Your package has arrived. There is nothing here by way of a receipt. Let me just look in my receipt file as well.
Mm-hmm.
Receipt. Um, there's nothing there from May. Oh, actually, nothing there from May 8th for sure. Let me check also my Gmail.
Mm-hmm.
May 8th and May 9th. Let's see. May 8th would be the actual answer. Thanks for your report to YouTube. New message. Okay. And recent Facebook login. And pCloud. No. And I should probably try May 9th too, just in case. So there's nothing like that, and I don't think I do have a receipt file here on this one.
Mhm.
No. So those two emails are the ones that I normally use for transactions. I don't think I use any other email for transactions, but I'm gonna check anyway,
Mhm.
just to be 100% positive.
Mhm. Yeah. So maybe and while we're filing a dispute on this transactions, we could have you to check on the emails on your free time anytime today or tomorrow. If there's anything that you could locate, you could uh, gather up the email thread or communication you have and send it to the share file link that I will be sending to you about after 5 to 10 minutes of this call. I will uh, send you a email confirming that we have filed your disputed charges. Okay.
All right. You said uh, gather the email thread. That is not comprehensive for me. That I didn't
Mm-hmm.
realize that I could gather. I know that if I have specific transactions with specific individuals for a period of time, it goes into a thread, and I can click a button that says show previous emails, and that's a thread. But it
Mm,
sounds different when you say
that's
it,
correct.
as if I can, if there's a way to actually see, or is it what I just mentioned?
Yes, yes. Actually, it's just what you mentioned. It's just the way you have understand it.
Okay. So with that said,
Yeah. Any
I'm certain.
communication that you may have.
I'm certain that there is no emails uh, that suggest
Mm-hmm.
a $13.50 charge, and I have taken the number that's
Mm-hmm.
inside the. I've taken that number that is inside of the transaction to see if that number appears anywhere, and it also does not appear
Mm-hmm.
anywhere. So I'm not sure how it's actually coming up. And I've notified you all 4 months of the issue. You've actually returned the funds, the 1350 twice, and then the last 2 months, I don't know if you've been apprehensive or subjective or suspicious. But either way you look at it, I am not the culprit in this situation, and this is literally due to the fact that I
Mm-hmm.
can't find this. I'm leaning toward invasion of privacy, and this has happened more than once through
Mm-hmm.
aspiration. It's a major issue for me, a major concern. Not because aspiration is digging in my account in my mind, but because you
Mm-hmm.
enable it to happen and allow it to happen. I've had to complain
Mm-hmm.
about T-Mobile. I've had to complain about Walmart, who has actually ended up taking funds, ended up with I think 20 some odd dollars out of my account. And then now, when I begin to place transactional orders, I start realizing that there is more than one institution in the way and collecting funds. Like if my money sits inside your account as a account holder, you guys are able to use that money as a part of your credibility, right? So that you're able to invest, make certain investments, and offer certain loans. You're not the only third party that is holding my funds in this fashion. There's also PayPal, who gets in between these types of transactions. And now there's other third parties. So if I actually place an order, it goes you, then PayPal, and then another institution. And the reason I bring this up, I apologize because I know this is becoming long,
Mm-hmm.
a long-winded
Mm-hmm. No problem. No
explanation.
problem.
Uh, the
Mm-hmm.
reason I bring this up is because I made about 10 transactions in the last, I don't know, 2 weeks in August. So at the very beginning of August, I made about
Mm-hmm.
10 transactions, and the greater portion of them had to be refunded. and the reason that they had to be refunded was for false advertising. And so now I wait again through PayPal, not Aspiration, for funds to go back into my account. When you take money out of my account immediately, it goes into the person who I make the purchase from. When it's time for it to come back, it takes weeks, and I don't think that that is right. When the seller has made a mistake, it seems like you hold off as if it's the fault of both individuals when there is a violation or an occurrence of some kind. And so I'm having that as an
Mhm.
issue. And so I've actually been filing reports. You guys have a superior entity that regulates. I'm filing reports. I'm actually
Mhm.
filing to uh, not just the attorney general, who normally stands on your side in almost every situation, but his superiors and the United States
Mhm.
White House, and also now the UN. Okay. Also, I'm filing my reports on
Mhm.
Facebook. So you're not really taking up
Mhm.
my data anymore. Now you're taking up my time, right? Because I can just put it on Facebook and it'll just sit
Mhm.
there. And if anything happens or if anybody has any question about those issues, I can go right into Facebook, right where it says, and I'm saying this so it can be recorded, right where it says violations on
Mhm.
Facebook, and see all this information. Also, type in your name, Aspiration, and see where I've uploaded videos that have recorded instances of phone calls where you guys have denied me proper service and enabled, in some cases, fraud to actually take place by way of false advertising.
Mhm.
So I need for you guys to, for my comprehension, there is a $13.50 charge coming out of my account. It's been coming out monthly. I'm not sure why it didn't come out this particular month. Actually, it did come out this particular month. It came out August 9th, right?
Mhm.
My understanding, there's two of them now.
Mhm. That's
July,
right.
there's July and August, right? So now there's two of them that need to be
August.
refunded, right? I got a note
Mhm.
from you guys recently, uh, I think last night even,
Mhm.
that says that you already refunded the $13.50. When I go into my account,
Mhm.
I don't see a refund. Okay, and when you say $13.50, that doesn't include three drafts, it includes one. So I have sent an email in reply to that I guess reply to reply, and I am waiting for a $13.50. Now I'm not certain how this goes here after this. I don't know if they're going to take money out of my account again, but I've asked you to block them from taking money out of my account. I have set up a payment to go out to T-Mobile. I have most recently there was a question about a dollar some odd cents charge to Microsoft, where all the other charges that I'm
Mhm.
aware of that have Microsoft involved as a billing account actually say the whole name, Microsoft. All of them. And I go back in history. I go back. I see all of them have the whole name. So somebody is literally using that shortened version, not even an acronym, of Microsoft and telling me that it's Microsoft, and then giving me an email or a link that I can go to verify Microsoft doesn't bill in that fashion. So why is that happening through you?
Okay. Yeah. Of course. My apologies if there are certain charges that's being billed on your aspiration account that we are not in control as well. Since just like what the previous communication that was most likely have sent out to you, just to give you an overview on how they get you to be billed on a new card. I believe that the card that you currently have right now is a newly issued card since you
Correct.
already have a requested one.
That's
But
right.
apparently
That's a second.
they also have. Mhm.
That's a
Go ahead.
second. That's a second card, not just the first. That's not the first time you guys
That's right.
replaced my card. That's the second time you replaced it. For this, well, actually, during this issue.
That's right. So, there's a possibility. There is a certain system that they have, like Mastercard billing updater. So certain merchants can enroll on that and be partner with Mastercard billing updater. So that's the reason why, even if we, as the bank or financial institution, even if we change your card details or reissue you a new one, they could gain back access and charge you on your account. So the next resort that we are looking into, just like what you mentioned, I will raise this up to our disputes team if they could consider to have a new account number for you so that this will not happen again or this could be avoided.
Okay.
Since definitely it looks like that they are uh, partnered with Mastercard billing updater. That's why they could bill you even with your new card.
Okay. Okay.
So
So
that's the last resort that we could do is to
so then
update
that was
or
a
give you a new account
basically
number.
you sent me a new card, and then you claimed that that was an antidote, and that was unnecessary. So now you've wasted umpteen hours because I've had to call and re-explain myself over, be transferred, re-explain myself over and over again. Uh, Sent the card twice. It's been 4 months, and your antidote was irrelevant, right? It was like you gave me an antidote that doesn't even make sense unless it's it's an answer that somebody stole my card and tried to use it or something, right?
That's right.
Right.
So
And so
actually,
13
you
with
could
Microsoft
refer
on it, that
to.
would probably not have been the answer to begin with, right?
Mhm.
Right, with the name Microsoft, the front, they're fronting like they're Microsoft. That would not have been the antidote to begin with, right? So now 4 months, right? Am I right? So there's been two incidents that you
Mhm.
couldn't handle, Walmart and Nexo, right? And here we are with the 13.50, $13.50, and you're taking that out of my account too, right? You're allowing that to keep on happening. I have to keep calling you about it, or how do we make sure that that doesn't happen again? I can't listen. I understand that I need a different company. That's not the question. I know I need a different financial institution. I don't have that as a worry. I understand that that's what I need to do, but I have to keep you until I find an institution that isn't going to treat me like this anymore, right? So instead of causing
Mhm.
me a rageful outburst, I need to make sure that this is relinquished while I'm looking for a different institution.
Of course, I am actually with you about it, Prentice. I do understand your point, and I get exactly the sentiments that you have with what's happening with your account. It's just so happened that, of course, Aspiration do not have control of third parties and charges that might be billed to you. That's why on our end, we're trying our best to as much as possible that we could do on our end to refund or to at least create a new account number for you to avoid these charges. So the last resort that we could do here, since this has been happening on your account, is to really provide you a new account number, since definitely your account information has been compromised, and that's the last resort that we would do in order to avoid any future charges.
Okay, and so if you offer me a different
Mhm.
number, does that cut off all the charges from this particular account? I have a couple of. The thing is, right now I have some refunds coming into my account, right?
Mhm.
So I'm
Mhm.
not sure that that's the proper answer either. If you guys can allow people to take money out of my account that aren't even supposed to be taking money out of my account. So in some cases, I haven't even suggested it, how is it possible that you are not capable of blocking those people as well through it's my account? So through my suggestion, how is it possible that you're not capable of blocking those people from taking money out of my account?
Hmm.
Are you able to
Yeah,
answer that
actually, it's
question?
a process that I'm also that part of the question. I am not adept in answering it since I'm not part of the back office operations teams on how those charges are being billed. So uh, the best thing that we could do is to really just provide you a new account number. And actually, if you could reply to one of the email that was sent to you today, if you have a time to go through it, you could reply to that email
I
since
replied to
that's
an
a
email
direct
last night.
communication from our.
Last night,
Mhm.
it says right
There's
here,
one
Tuesday,
that.
August 22nd. There is a reply that just
Mhm.
actually it states everything that I just said to you.
Mhm.
I replied at 12:40 a.m. last night
Mhm.
when I got the email. So that email
Okay.
came in
This
at
is just a new communication.
10:03 last night, and I replied at 12:40 a.m.
Mhm. Okay. Uh, can you check if you were able to receive this email? Was sent earlier today, suggesting that we would change your account number so that at least it would be in one communication email. That especially the one that you're questioning about, like if you're expecting a refund, you could indicate it in that email since that is a direct to our operations team. So indicate it there on that email that if we should change your account number and if there's an ongoing process of refund, will it be refunded back to you even if the process of the account number change is going on? Okay,
Okay.
so you can indicate it that there so that it would be properly communicated and at least it's a black and white copy of the communication.
I don't see the. Did you just send a new email? So I'm certain that the last
There
email.
was one sent earlier today from Bridget Chevo.
Bridget. Okay. Earlier today.
Hmm.
I'm sorry. I'm pretty sure that that's the one I just mentioned to you. And so all the information that I just gave you, the amount
Hmm.
that's owed to me and everything, it's $26 and actually $27 is the answer. Two additional payments of $350 is what I wrote. You said it was from Bridget,
Hmm.
and that was the one that I just yeah. So there has been in my email there has been a reply. Have you received it?
Hmm.
In my
Yeah, I was able to see a reply yesterday. You mentioned that. Let me check here. If this would be the one, okay, I know that there have lots of the communication going in and back. Uh, so you said that $13.50 charge. I've had far too many problems with Aspiration and amount with Walmart that was never refunded, an amount that was your actual fault with Nexo. Is that the most recent email that you responded back to us?
correct,
That's the beginning of the message. Hmm. So
correct.
after that email or reply you sent, we replied back. Were you able to see that reply?
At 12:40, after 12:40, you replied back. I don't see a reply. Hold on, let me just check.
Hmm. Hmm.
Aspiration 12:48. The last thing that came to me from Aspiration was at 12:40 a.m.
Hmm.
That was from
But that's correct.
Bridget.
The message I just read is the most recent.
Right, that's
Yeah.
correct. That's correct.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Since we're on that same image, rather email thread. You could reply on that same email thread coming from Bridget and just advise what you mentioned to me so that it will be on one proper communication. This would be directed to the operations team, especially the concern that you mentioned to me if a refund will be provided to you while you're in the process of your account number change,
Can you tell me
if you
also?
will be able to receive that refund.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Can you also tell me whether or not when you cancel, will I have to get a new card? Will I need a new card, or can I keep the same card and you just change the bank number? I would prefer keeping the same
Oh,
card.
with
I haven't.
regard to that,
Yeah, I haven't.
definitely.
Every time you guys have actually sent me a new card, it wasn't the card. It wasn't the problem of the card. I haven't lost my card or
It's
anything
the
like that.
account, yes.
It's always been some third party entity that you're not able to control, which
Mm-hmm.
means you probably shouldn't be there collecting my money in the first place, right? I shouldn't even have to put my money in your account at all. And it just occurs to me when you start offering me a different answer. And that's wrong. I should be outthinking you, not allowing you to think. So I'm going to go ahead and let's see here. I'm going to go ahead and send the let's see here support. Because otherwise, they're going to be able to access my account, play with it, take money out of it, and all kinds of stuff. But I'm trying to trust you, like you're going to do something for me. Well, let's see here. We got.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I am going to send. I don't want to keep you on the line. I know that you have other customers. I'm going to send you another antidote, including the fact that I'm waiting for a couple of refunds, and they'll be entering into my account. There's a problem that's in court right now as well with PayPal and another
Mm-hmm.
institution where I made a payment that I'm waiting for as well. So I'm needing to make certain that if you keep the same card, those funds should actually go through without any problem because they're going to be trying to access the card, not the bank account. Okay, so I will make sure I put that in the letter.
That
Ask them to escalate,
mm-hmm.
and hopefully they'll be able to reply as soon as possible so I can see what's actually happening.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So right now, um, since you got billed on the new card, and I believe that the next bill cycle that they will attempt to bill you would be coming September on the same time on the 8th or the 9th. So that's just what I thinking
That's right around the
that this
corner.
same biller would be. Hmm. So uh,
So I
are
wonder how many
you
accounts that are being played with
allowing
like
me to
that.
freeze your?
Are you aware of this
Most
happening over
likely
and
there are
over
lots.
again? Yeah, you think that that's happening over and over again, so nobody's responsible for that,
Mhm.
right?
Yes,
Is that how?
actually, the the operations team from Aspirations are the ones who's handling it on their end. So we have a separate team that handles and deals with it and communicate with our credit and financial partners on how to deal with this type of problems. On how and what procedures that they are doing that I am not aware of on what specifically, since this is handled on a different department and a different level of
I'm certain that there
security.
are people that
So
have
with that part,
a great income that offer you money that should
mm,
actually be offered great assistance whenever they call. And then there's people like me that you offer, not you by yourself, but other
mm,
individuals who have offered me the worst customer service that I've ever had. And I would say that for your
Mhm.
sake and for the understanding of anybody who is listening to this, because I'm recording
Mhm.
as well as they're recording.
Mhm.
Uh, if the
Mhm.
company offers good customer service, they're probably more likely to get a great payment, and also people who are willing to offer great reviews versus the way that I've been treated
Mhm.
since I started at Aspiration, especially through the pandemic.
Mhm.
It's worse than I you could.
Of course.
But I appreciate you, man. You've done a great job today. I will go ahead and send that email. You make sure you have a good day, okay?
Of course, of course, of course, Prentice, and in behalf of Aspiration, I know if you might have experienced a bad customer service previously, it's not the intent of Aspiration to have you that kind of service, but we'll always uh have your feedback on a positive note so that we could at least improve whatever we need to improve as a company.
Okay. I thank you for that. You make sure you have a good day, okay?
Okay.
All right. Bye bye.
You too, Prentice. Enjoy the rest of the afternoon, and I will file a dispute on those two charges for you. Okay.
Okay. Thank you. Bye now.